So I grew up actually in India, and I spent 16 years of my life there. And I moved to Granada Hills Charter High School, and I was thrusted into their 11th grade. And half of my high school was in India, and half of it was in America. The transition it was uncomfortable. It was a long way from home, but I'm a learner, so I loved learning about the ways of American culture and the way that people really live their life here. So learning was something that I kind of utilized to acclimate here. And that was a big part of getting used to being an American at that point. Just having that internal motivation to learn and to be better. And I think I utilized that to really access the American dream, as they say. I ended up at CSUN because I saw a strong community of people like me here, people who were immigrants, people who came from different cultural backgrounds. I love learning about life and the way our bodies work and the way our brains work, which is what I'm pursuing now. I am really interested in neuroscience, and I'm always interested in the way the brain works and how we can understand it more, and how we can basically manipulate the way we act and how we can change the way we act. I've presented about 3 times to a national conference at APS and once at SFN, which is the Society for Neuroscience. And every time it just feels so good to stand in front of a poster that represents my school and represents the people that I come from. If you're an immigrant, showing up every day is so important because of the sacrifices that your parents have made or your grandparents have made. And I love this quote by Maya Angelou. She says, "I come as one, but I stand as 10,000." And all the sacrifices that your parents and your ancestors have made, they're gonna prove to be fulfilling.
My name is Angelique Soto. I'm a Deaf Studies major, and my minor is American Indian Studies. I grew up in Oxnard, California, and the reason why I wanted to go to school is something that my grandma had always told me. She really encouraged me to go to college. I graduated, first thing I did, go to community college, and then I got pregnant with my son. I still continued. I was in community college for 5 years, and then I took a 2-year break and came to CSUN. CSUN is the reason why I get out of bed every day and I'm like, I'm gonna do the studying, I'm gonna do this because I want to make his life better and I want to give him more opportunities that I didn't have. I was initially introduced to ASL when I was younger. My sisters are 50% hard of hearing. I took an ASL class and I fell in love with it. My next step is to stay in the area so that he can continue going to school and so that I can go out into the deaf community and be an interpreter. My grandma is so proud of me because she had my mom when she was 16 and she didn't get to continue with higher education. My mom had me when she was 20 and she did go to community college, but she still didn't get to go to university. And me, I went to university and now I'm graduating as a single mom and a young mom because I had him also when I was 19. Kason, I appreciate all the patience that you've given me and I appreciate you being a part of this journey with me because it's so important to me. And you'll realize when you get older how much of an impact you have made in this part of my life. I couldn't have done this without you and I couldn't have done this journey without you because you literally are my strength and every day that I wake up, I'm doing this for you.
My name is Marcos. Rodriguez. I am from North Hollywood, California. My neighborhood was a very tough neighborhood. Many of my peers around my neighborhood usually just make it through high school, if that. College is nowhere in the picture. My parents are migrants from Mexico. It wasn't until I saw a Marine in a blood drive in my high school, it was two, and the way that they carried themselves, the way that they had discipline, I approached them and I asked them, what are you guys? They said, it's the Marine Corps, but in order to even do this, you gotta get your stuff together. It doesn't even look like you're gonna graduate. Once I heard those words from those Marines, I did everything I could to graduate. My first semester in college, I didn't understand what college was. I had no mentor. I was failing on my classes. I felt like college was the wrong choice, and I was just wasting my time. I ended up choosing the military. I knew that there was gonna be a little bit of restraint from my parents. I had no support because my parents did not understand what the military was. They believed that the military was just the government trying to get young boys to get killed for wars. In the military, I struggled a lot mentally due to the fact of me not having any support during those hard times. It was a lonely place. I remember writing to my parents, but I didn't know how to write in Spanish, so I had to write to them in English, since that's the only language I could write in, and they had to understand my English writing. At that time, after basic training, I was under the impression I was just going to continue my Marine Corps career. Basic training was the easiest training. Once we got into an infantry training, it just got harder. And at that point, I understood that the life that I had was so easy and so privileged. It took me to the military, to starving, to not sleeping, crying of exhaustion to understand that. It motivated me to come back to school. Once I came back to school, after my whole year of training, I understood that life is not that hard as a student. Life is pretty good. The military did show me discipline, and more discipline in the classroom. My contract is for 6 years. I have 5 years done. This will be my last year. I'll be leaving the military on December 11th. It shocks me that I've done this much, at such a young age. I mean, I'm still 23. I still have a lot more years to go, and I'm just getting started. I want to see what the future has in hold for me.
My name is Nur Falevi Pratama. I grew up in a very Muslim family in the island of Java in Indonesia, and I came to the United States in 2012 the first time. I received a scholarship from the US Department of State. I was a part of the 80 students who were sent to represent a country from a Muslim majority. I was first introduced to music when I was 5 years old. My mom actually is a traditional Javanese dancer in Java, and so my first music exposure was gamelan music. Nothing Western, no orchestral, nothing like that, all traditional Eastern Javanese music. I taught myself how to play the piano. I tried to look up on the internet at that time, just music from different cultures from the West. Access to music education in Indonesia was a lot more difficult, especially as somebody coming from a Muslim family, which is not very accepted for me to study Western music. And also because of my sexual orientation, I am a gay person, and being in Indonesia is simply not safe to be there. So a part of moving to the United States was also for safety because of my sexual orientation. I'm currently an asylum applicant in the United States. I need to be somewhere safe. I need to be somewhere that I'm accepted. I see myself getting a higher education. I'm hoping to continue into a doctorate program and ultimately become a music educator and inspiring future musicians and composers to develop their own voice. Some of my favorite things about the university, I quite like how diverse the community has been, not just in terms of student demographics, but also in terms of interests. One of the things I really enjoy is that even the music department itself, they have African ensemble, they have mariachi ensembles. And outside of the music department, something like the Pride Center, which has been very supportive. They hold events all year to welcome students from different communities. I never had that experience before, and that's been very enjoyable, and it inspires me every day to continue doing the same.
My name is Taylor Timms. I'm 23 years old and I'm from San Gabriel, California. So I was born into foster care. I recently found out I was born in Gardena Hospital. Unfortunately, my mother was my birth mother was navigating substance abuse, dealing with alcohol abuse and crack cocaine. And when I was born, she made the decision to put me up for foster care. So I went right into foster care. My first foster home was with Miss Sheila Badel. And eventually I would come to my adopted parents, Wade and Judy Timms. I think soccer, the whole premise of the game, it's individual, but it's really team-oriented. And you're really a family in all retrospects, on and off the field. And I think in anything, I'm really always looking for a sense of community or a family, whether that's, a repercussion of, my origin story or beginnings. I really kind of navigate towards team and community. When I was looking for schools to commit to, it was really hard to find a Division I school that would allow me to do track and soccer. For women, it's a different nuance. I think when we're looking at sports, it's really you commit to one and that's it. CSUN was one of the few schools where the coach reached out to me and he's like, "You're a goalkeeper that also sprints? We've never seen that before." And he was all on board. He brought me on. He's like, "If you can do both, if you can manage both, I will support you in any way possible." And that's really what kind of drove me to pick CSUN. Coming to CSUN, when I stepped onto campus, I was like, this is not San Gabriel. I was like, I'm close to home, but I'm far from it. I think it was inspiring in a sense to see tangible proof that what I had experienced in my primary years was not the world in itself. But I also want to stress just how much, work is put in behind the scenes to get here and to stay here. Just because you're able to enter a space of being a student athlete, you're not guaranteed to stay there for all 4 years. For me, it's really now, how do I take everything that I've gained through CSUN and make it tangible for someone else? Understanding that there are children who look towards me, who say, "I want to be like you when I grow up." And that kind of gives me motivation to do better and keep going and push through the days that are hard. My hope is that that effort, that care, that I'm willing to do anything and everything will go directly towards, student athletes, not just what they can do or their ability or what, they contribute to the school.
So I grew up actually in India, and I spent 16 years of my life there. And I moved to Granada Hills Charter High School, and I was thrusted into their 11th grade. And half of my high school was in India, and half of it was in America. The transition was uncomfortable. It was a long way from home, but I'm a learner, so I loved learning about the ways of American culture and the way that people really live their life here. So learning was something that I kind of utilized to acclimate here. And that was a big part of getting used to being an American at that point. Just having that internal motivation to learn and to be better. And I think I utilized that to really access the American dream, as they say. I ended up at CSUN because I saw a strong community of people like me here, people who were immigrants, people who came from different cultural backgrounds. I love learning about life and the way our bodies work and the way our brains work, which is what I'm pursuing now. I am really interested in neuroscience, and I'm always interested in the way the brain works and how we can understand it more and how we can basically manipulate the way we act and how we can change the way we act. I've presented about 3 times to a national conference at APS and once at SFN, which is the Society for Neuroscience. And every time it just feels so good to stand in front of a poster that represents my school and represents the people that I come from. If you're an immigrant, showing up every day is so important because of the sacrifices that your parents have made or your grandparents have made. And I love this quote by Maya Angelou. She says, "I come as one, but I stand as 10,000." And all the sacrifices that your parents and your ancestors have made, they're gonna prove to be fulfilling.
My name is Angelique Soto. I'm a Deaf Studies major, and my minor is American Indian Studies. I grew up in Oxnard, California, and the reason why I wanted to go to school is something that my grandma had always told me. She really encouraged me to go to college. I graduated, first thing I did, go to community college, and then I got pregnant with my son. I still continued. I was in community college for 5 years, and then I took a 2-year break and came to CSUN. CSUN is the reason why I get out of bed every day and I'm like, I'm gonna do the studying, I'm gonna do this because I want to make his life better and I want to give him more opportunities that I didn't have. I was initially introduced to ASL when I was younger. My sisters are 50%.
come on, let's make some noise. This is a celebration. Good morning, you look wonderful. My name is William Watkins, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students, and it is my honor to declare open the California State University Northridge commencement ceremonies for the College of Humanities and the College of Health and Human Development. I ask that you all now please rise if you are able and remain standing while the CSUN Jazz A-Band, under the direction of Professor Tina Raymond, plays the national anthem, accompanied by vocalist Melissa Lai.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, and please be seated. Let's give another cheer for Melissa. Before introducing the members of the platform party, I would first like to acknowledge the land on which Cal State University Northridge resides. A land acknowledgement is a formal statement that recognizes indigenous peoples as the original stewards of the land for which the acknowledgement is given. Consistent with our CSUN values of respect for all people and alliances with the community, we offer this acknowledgement in order to honor the indigenous history and affirm our intent to create authentic relationships and take meaningful actions in support of American Indian people in this region. As such, California State University Northridge recognizes and acknowledges the Sesquipatam, the first people of this ancestral and unceded territory of Sesivinga that is now occupied by our institution. And it honors its elders, past and present, and the Sesquipatam descendants who are citizens of the Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians. We recognize that the Sesquipatam are still here, and we are committed to lifting their stories, their culture, and community. Thank you. Now we'd like to take a moment to invite Rudy Ortega Jr. and Mark Villaseñor, President and Vice President of the Fernandino Tatavian Band of Mission Indians, up to the stage to offer a ceremonial opening. They will be accompanied by Tom Yer and Noli Ortega, sons of the tribal president, Rudy Ortega.
Ami atam natawan Rudy Ortega Jr. Noni tamiar pasivetam dataviatam. Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm Rudy Ortega Jr. I'm the tribal president of the Fernandino Tatavian Band of Mission Indians, and we kindly are here to give you some songs and open up and welcome and congratulate all the graduates who are graduating today and getting their degree. As mentioned, I have my family here, so we'll start up with some songs. Paco que ma'a, Pako Kima'a, Mena Kima'a, Mena Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Mena Kima'a, Mena Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Mena Kima'a, Mena Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Mena Kima'a, Mena Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Pako Kima'a, Mena Kima'a, Mena Kima'a. Isa, le namale patona isa, ale namale patona isa. Isa, me tamole patrona isa, me tamole patrona isa. Isa, me tamole patrona isa, me tamole patrona isa. Isa, me tamole patrona isa, me tamole patrona isa. Isa, le namole patrona isa, le namole patrona isa. Isa, le namole patrona isa, le namole patrona isa. Isa, le namole patrona isa, le namole patrona isa. Isa, le namole patrona isa. Occupy. We go. Thank you, everyone.
Let's give them another cheer. Mark Villaseñor, Rudy Ortega Jr., and I'm really loving that they got these two young men there with them, keeping the culture going, Nole and Tomier. Celebrating this occasion with us this morning and seated on the platform is our president, Dr. Erica D. Beck, members of the President's Cabinet, and university leaders. Also, for the College of Humanities, we have the Dean, Dr. Jeffrey Reeder, Associate Dean, Dr. Kent Baxter, and Department Chairs, Dr. Cristina Ayala Alcantar for Asian American Studies, Dr. Beatriz Cortez for Central American and Transborder Studies, Dr. Rosa Rivera Furumoto, Chicano Studies, Dr. Santosh Khadka, Diverse Community Development and Leadership Program, Dr. Beth Whiteman, English, Dr. Brenny Mendoza, Gender and Women's Studies, Dr. Sheena Melrota, Humanities, Dr. Mara Karaksai, Interdisciplinary Studies and Liberal Studies, Dr. Jennifer Thompson, Director of Jewish Studies, Dr. Anna Diana Joaquin for Linguistics, Anna Dina Joaquin, Dr. Adrian Perez Baluda for Modern and Classical Languages and Literature, Dr. Tim Black for Philosophy, and finally, Dr. Mustafa Ruzgar for Religious Studies. And now for the College of Health and Human Development, we have the Dean, Dr. Michelle Best. Associate Dean, Dr. Dimitri Tamales. And Department Chairs, Dr. Tom Kai from Family and Consumer Sciences, Dr. Douglas McLaughlin for Kinesiology. All right, I knew that would get a little cheer there. Sherry Faldery for Coordinator of Distance Learning Program and Faculty Representative for the Department of Communicable Disorders and Sciences. In addition, Faculty President Dr. Michael Neubauer, Associated Students Vice President Eden Shashua, CSUN alumnus Stephanie Huber, Tatavian Band of Mission Indians Tribal President and Honorary Doctorate recipient Rudy Ortega Jr. Yeah. We're happy to have Cal State Trustee Emeritus Dr. Peter Taylor with us. And as we've already seen earlier, the Fernandino Tatavian Band of Mission Indians, Mark Villasenor. Will all the members of the platform party and our guests please rise and be recognized? Let's give them a cheer. Thank you. And now I give you our president, Dr. Erica D. Beck.
Well, thank you, Vice President Watkins, and good morning, Matadors. Oh, I know you can do better than that. We are here to celebrate. Good morning, Matadors. As president of California State University, Northridge, it is my great honor to share some brief words of wisdom with our graduates. And at the outset, let me acknowledge they may not be as brief as you might be hoping, unless, of course, you were hoping that they would go on somewhere in the neighborhood of 37 minutes, in which case you're in luck. First, my words of wisdom to our graduates, I encourage you to take into consideration just how much time you have spent practicing walking in your new commencement shoes before you make your way up to this stage. I myself am wearing my sparkly red commencement Chucks. They require no practice at all. They only come out at commencement, and they are magic. Today, when I click my heels 3 times, our graduates will officially be alumni. You might even be more excited about that part than you are about my very brief remarks. On behalf of CSUN's distinguished faculty and staff, graduates, I am genuinely overjoyed to congratulate you on the remarkable achievement that we are all here to celebrate today. Many of you are the first in your family to attend college. If you are making history for your family today as the first to graduate, will you please cheer and stand if you are able? Well done. We know that for all of our graduates, arriving at this moment took years of dedication and commitment in the midst of a pandemic and challenges that none of us could have anticipated. It may not have been the college experience that you imagined, but it is a success story because you made it a success story. You weren't a passive observer in the midst of crisis. You chose to act, to respond, to persevere, even when it was unimaginably hard. Your CSUN degree is undeniable evidence of the knowledge you have acquired, and it is a testament to what you are able to accomplish. So thank you for showing up fully and authentically for yourselves, for your families, and for each other on this very small planet that we all call home. showing up even when it was daunting, even when you didn't have the answers, and especially when you really wish you could have hit that snooze button just a couple more times. Showing up is your superpower. And everything that you need to flourish in the years ahead is already inside of you, waiting to unfold in the journey ahead. And by showing up, you have succeeded. I have every confidence that beyond our doors, you will show up. You will succeed, and you will stand as a beacon of hope for a more compassionate and empathic future that embraces our interconnectedness and celebrates the richness of diversity that we all bring to our global community. When you cross this stage, you will emerge on the other side prepared to realize every ounce of your potential. Keep showing up as the engaged global citizens that we need to advance innovative, collaborative, and equitable solutions to the wicked challenges that we face together. Engage inclusively, act authentically, and enact equity in every sphere of your influence. Add beauty, wonder, and inspiration to our shared human experience, and continue to lean in as we work together to advance a more vibrant, just, and peaceful future. And while I enjoy the brilliance that my sparkly red chucks bring to the occasion, we don't need magic to know that all of our futures are brighter because of all of you. We also know that you did not arrive at this moment alone. We rarely accomplish something this significant on our own. Your friends and family have devoted themselves, sometimes at great personal sacrifice, to ensure that you made it to this very moment. So graduates, let's also celebrate your family and friends with a very big round of applause. Our faculty and staff arrive on our campus every day hoping to facilitate one thing: opportunity. Opportunity in service of a brighter future for us all, because talent lies in every corner of our community. And it is our collective responsibility to ensure that every student who seeks it finds a pathway not only to the doors of higher education, but also to this very commencement stage. So graduates, let's also cheer the dedicated and resourceful faculty and staff who have facilitated that opportunity for all of you. Graduates, it has been our tremendous honor to be a part of your academic journey, and our great privilege to see you realize your educational aspirations. So as I close my remarks, yes, I know you're very disappointed, they're coming to an end now. Know that we believe in you, and we believe in the role that you will play in helping us achieve a brighter and more equitable future. A future in which we hope you will always remember, once a Matador, always a Matador. Stay connected to CSUN, come back often, and help inspire the students who seek to follow in your footsteps. Congratulations, class of 2023. I would now like to invite Lindsay Toby, graduating from the College of Health and Human Development, and Milan Coronado, graduating from the College of Humanities, to address the graduating class.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lindsay Toby, and I am a speech-language pathology student under the College of Health and Human Development. I am humbled to be chosen as one of your student commencement speakers today. In my experience, there are two worlds in which to live. A world in our everyday reality and a world in books. In books, you become someone new. In books, you learn the truths of emotion, of loss, of failure, of resilience. In books, you discover new ways to think, to believe, to live, to want, to love. And if there's one thing we have all learned from our college experiences, it is who we want to be when we leave this institution and find ourselves the main characters of the story we call life. Standing here before you today, I am grateful to embody the graduating classes of 2022 and 2023. At this moment, we are on the precipice of our futures. Whether that future is furthering our education in a specialty program, diving headfirst into the workplace, or taking time to explore the world around us. It is humbling to realize that after years of tenacity and perseverance to obtain the diplomas we now hold in our hands, we are truly just beginning our journeys. California State University Northridge has provided us with the foundation we need in order to reach our aspirations and potentials. In front of me is a group of diverse individuals with a plethora of skills, attributes, and ideas, ready to change the world ahead of us. Through some of the most challenging and treacherous years filled with uncertainty about the future, we have come out victorious on the other side. We have made it. Our college years are behind us. In this moment, reflect on what you have achieved, because we are finally here. I personally am looking forward to continuing my education here at CSUN to become a speech-language pathologist. I would like to thank CSUN for the rewarding education I'm lucky to have received here, but it is not without the support of my family that I am here today. And to the family no longer with us, it is for them that we use our power to make life worth living every day. As much as I wish I could live in a world created within the text on a page, there is no place better to be than the world in which we forge our own destinies. And with our diplomas in our hands, the future is at our disposition. I would like to commemorate this occasion with a quote from Walt Whitman's poem, "Oh Me, Oh Life," now that we are on to the next chapter of our lives. That you are here, that life exists and identity, that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a verse. I ask you today, my fellow graduates, what will your verse be? Thank you.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias a todos. My name is Milen Coronado, and I proudly represent the Liberal Studies and Chicana and Chicano Studies Department. These past few years, I have been honored to have taken part in different roles. I have been a first-generation college student, an elementary school TA, a proud ELP student who later became an ELP academic mentor. Yeah. But the role I most cherish is being the daughter to a single immigrant mother of 5. As a kid, I was taught to value my education. At 12 years old, my mother, unfortunately, gave up her education to work and provide for her family in Mexico, and then worked endlessly to provide for her family in America. Although the value of education was present in my career goals, I didn't know how to make them a reality. Growing up, I never heard stories about Latinas or Latinos in my community pursuing higher education, so I didn't think it would be possible for me. However, by sharing my story with you today, I am making my dream of pursuing higher education a reality. Now that I am graduating from the College of Humanities, I am reminded about the community my professors helped me build here at CSUN. While taking Chicana and Chicano Studies courses, I valued how my professors guided me to honor creative learning methods. My professors' use of critical pedagogy permitted in-depth discussions regarding intergenerational trauma, community cultural wealth, and mass incarceration. These topics were crucial because they inspired me to devote my career to incorporating ethnic studies into the K-6 curriculum. Chicana and Chicano Studies content and professors have taught me that our trauma and experiences are valid, and we should not let individuals or institutions dehumanize or devalue us through acceptance or rejection. Writing and sharing our trauma and experiences with others will bring awareness to what it is like fighting to obtain an education in a household and community that has been oppressed and silenced. Early schooling shapes our educational identity, and it is important for me to share what I have learned and my stories with future generations. When applying to graduate school, I feared I wouldn't be admitted anywhere because I always underestimate my abilities. Imposter syndrome sneaks its way in at times. However, Professors Jose Amaro, Cristina Patricio Santiago, and Dr. Rosa Furumoto reminded me I am never alone in pursuing education. With their support, I articulated my stories about my mom's dicho, échale ganas, encouraging siblings and students who inspire me every day. When I was finally accepted into USC and UCLA, I was astonished. Thank you. I didn't think a first-generation Chicana from Glendale could get into prestigious universities. My admissions is a reflection of my hard work and the community that nurtured my dreams. Gracias, mamá, por tus sacrificios y por siempre apoyarme en mis sueños de ser maestra. I prioritize the nurturing educational community, and I am happy to announce that I will attend UCLA to obtain my credential and Master of Education degree. A mentoring culture enhances collaboration, inspiration, and inclusion. I know this because of my connection to the Educational Opportunity Program. My professors influenced me to be a mentor and student advocate with EOP, which supports low-income, first-generation students transitioning from high school to college through a community of mentors that includes students, professors, and staff. As a mentor, I have shared my graduate school journey with the students I work with so they know they are capable of creating these moments for themselves. I am honored to have been able to support incoming students using the navigational capital I internalized from my mentors and peers in EOP. This is what diversity in education settings looks like. It is important to recognize all of your achievements and obstacles that have led to this moment. It shows your resiliency and humanity. Finally, let me leave you with this. Embrace your support systems and share your stories, because as our beloved former EOP director, Jose Luis Vargas said, every moment is a mentoring moment. Thank you.
Well, let's give them another round of applause. Absolutely extraordinary. Congratulations to both of you. The College of Humanities and the College of Health and Human Development would like to give special recognition to those students who have demonstrated outstanding scholarship and other special achievements while here at the university. These students may be identified by the honors medallions, cords, and sashes they are wearing. I ask those graduating with academic and other special honors to please rise if you are able and receive our applause. Well done. Thank you. You may be seated. I would now like to invite Dr. Jeffrey Reeder, Dean for the College of Humanities, and Dr. Michelle Best, Dean for the College of Health and Human Development, to highlight 3 students who serve as examples of the excellence and extraordinary achievement that can be found among CSUN's very accomplished student body.
Thank you, President Beck. And what inspirational words from our 2 student speakers, right? And especially Milen Coronado's mother's quote, échale ganas, así se hizo, ¿verdad? So imposter syndrome no more. Once you have your degrees, every space is open to you with your degree from CSUN. So good morning. It is my great pleasure to present to you today 2 extraordinary students who deserve additional recognition from the College of Humanities. When I call your name, I ask that you please rise if you are able and stay standing while I speak briefly about your accomplishments. Michelle Mendoza. During Michelle Mendoza's senior year of high school, a tumor was found in her spine that required surgery for its removal. Metal pins and rods were inserted to help provide support for her spine after the tumor was removed. She spent time at a convalescent hospital to assist with her recuperation and required months of physical therapy so she could walk and move again. In addition to the physical challenges, Michelle experienced an array of emotional ups and downs due to isolation during her recovery and missing out on senior year activities and experiences. Given this health challenge, Michelle was determined to make the most of her time at CSUN on campus and in the community. And she did. Today, she is graduating with a degree in Chicano Studies with an overall GPA of 4.0. She works off campus as an Immigration Services Case Manager for Immigration Services of Santa Rosa in San Fernando and at the CSUN CalFresh Outreach Office as a student assistant. Michelle plans on continuing with her education by attending law school after taking a well-deserved break from her studies over the next year. Please join me in congratulating Michelle Mendoza. Samantha Alarcón. After 6 consecutive semesters on the Dean's List in the College of Humanities, Samantha Alarcón is graduating with a degree in Liberal Studies and a concentration in Social Science. Samantha cites the dedication of educators in her own path as the inspiration for her desire to work with kids. So when it came to deciding on a major, Liberal Studies was an easy choice. Alarcón, who has been playing soccer since she first learned to walk, says that she has always considered herself an athlete. Alarcón, what she described as a very tight-knit and supportive athletic community here at CSUN, and has made a number of lifelong friends. For her excellence on and off the field, Alarcón was chosen as Female Scholar Athlete of the Year for 2020-2021 and 2022-2023, and she was named to the Big West's All-Academic Team for the fall season of 2021. She is currently applying to the Teacher Credential Program here at CSUN while playing out last season with the CSUN women's soccer team. Looking ahead, Alarcón is focused on a career in education. Wherever her aspirations leave us, we'll know that Samantha Alarcón will succeed in educating and inspiring generations of students who will find themselves fortunate to have her as a teacher or coach. We here in the College of Humanities at CSUN will forever be proud to count her among our esteemed alumni. Congratulations, Samantha. Dean Best.
Good morning. It is now my honor, on behalf of the College of Health and Human Development, to recognize an extraordinary student deserving additional recognition. I also ask that when I call your name, you please rise if you are able and remain standing while I speak briefly about your accomplishments. Monica Padilla. Monica Padilla, a first-generation college graduate, is graduating today with a Master of Science in Family and Consumer Sciences, achieving a perfect 4.0 GPA. Her master's thesis explored housing discrimination among the Latino population in Los Angeles County and helped her gain employment as a housing navigator for one generation in Reseda. In this role, she supports elderly individuals facing housing insecurity and homelessness, leading them to secure temporary housing with the ultimate goal of finding a permanent home. Monica's academic research is focused on finding solutions to the prevalent issue of mass shootings, specifically school shootings. With guidance from her faculty mentor, she delves into how maltreatment at home can impair a young person's ability to regulate their emotions, and how socialization demands and peer rejection may lead to violent outbursts. Monica is grateful for the DREAM Act, which allowed her to pursue her educational and career goals in the United States. She hopes to encourage other undocumented individuals to pursue their dreams as well. After overcoming a life-threatening illness in 2022, her passion for assisting undocumented families has grown even stronger. She plans to continue advocating for them, providing them with access to essential services and amplifying their voices. Congratulations, Monica.
Thank you, Dean Best and Dean Reeder. One of my distinct privileges as CSUN's president is identifying candidates for an honorary degree who have demonstrated inspirational character, excellence, and extraordinary achievement. The California State University Board of Trustees has approved this nomination, and it is such an honor for us to present this degree today. Mr. Rudy Ortega Jr., please come to the podium and be recognized for your many achievements.
Rudy Ortega Jr. is an important member of California State University Northridge's campus community, contributing thought leadership in our work to fully embody our values of equity, inclusion, and belonging, foundational to CSUN's mission and to facilitating student success. As tribal president, Mr. Ortega is the elected leader of the Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians, on whose ancestral homelands CSUN is located. He has devoted his life to maintaining his tribe's identity, autonomy, and cultural representation as the first people and historic tribe of northern Los Angeles County. First as vice president, and now as president of the Fernandino Tataviam, Mr. Ortega has reinvigorated the tribe's non-profit arm, Puku'u Cultural Community Services, which provides community programs to Native Americans living in the region and helps to sustain the Fernandino Tataviam community. He also oversees the Hara Mokangna American Indian Cultural Center, which shares the story of the 5 tribes of the San Gabriel Mountains and is a land base to serve the American Indian need to reconnect spiritually, culturally, environmentally, and socially. Mr. Ortega's extraordinary leadership and advocacy with local and state governments and the California Historical Commission has resulted in policies to protect and enhance tribal resources and ancestral territory. He was instrumental in negotiating the repatriation of tribal remains in the Angeles National Forest and in securing traditional land in Los Angeles County for tribal burials. Mr. Ortega is an appointed commissioner and former chairman of the Los Angeles City County Native American Indian Commission. He is also active at the intersection of history and identity at CSUN, speaking at campus convenings through the American Indian Studies Program, American Indian Students Association, and the Department of Anthropology. Mr. Ortega is active in the cultural life of the university, raising awareness of Native students and Native communities. His leadership is helping to create partnerships with our academic community focused on climate resiliency, internships, nonprofit incubators, and teacher training. Thank you.
In recognition of Mr. Ortega's outstanding work and very important contributions, the Board of Trustees of the California State University and the California State University Northridge are incredibly proud to confer upon Mr. Ortega the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. I am very pleased to present to you Dr. Rudy Ortega Jr., Dr. Rudy Ortega Jr.
Well, as I was explaining earlier in the back, I'm a person that doesn't really show a whole lot of excitement. I hardly smile, and it kind of hurts to smile at times. And I'm one it's very hard for me to accept such awards or appreciations, because for me, the way I grew up with my father was that we had to give the work. We had to provide to the community the services to uplift our tribal community. So, and also, I don't write speeches. I wrote some of it down here, and my chief of staff helped me write the speech. I like to give acknowledgement to where it's due, so I don't take it all. That's just who I am. So I do have something prepared here to say, which I'd like to share with everyone in accepting this honorary doctorate degree. President Beck, honored guests, graduates, family, and friends, I'm honored to be here this morning. I would never imagine that I would be here on stage, receiving this honorary degree. First, I would like to thank President Beck for nominating me. You, yourself, are an inspiration to all of us. Your arrival to this campus has really blossomed and shown the inclusion of many people. My deepest gratitude to CSUN for selecting me to receive this honorary degree, believing in my life work in the American Indian community, and especially in my tribe. Acknowledging for every graduate to hear the land acknowledgement, to understand that there were people prior here that were my ancestors. Second, I want to honor my mother, who is here, my wife, children, my brother, my sisters, along with close friends and cousins. I especially wish to honor my father, who passed away in 2009. Through his mentorship and deep love for our tribe, he set my journey to grow since I was a small child. The truth is, I didn't graduate on stage in high school. I had to do summer school to finish my high school diploma. I only did some college where I went in for graphic design and marketing, and then years later, I tried to achieve and attempted to obtain my MBA. Besides that, I sacrificed my education and my degree to grow the tribe, where I volunteer over 40 years to help build 6 tribal entities that we have today. 2 of them that you heard, Buku and Harmakna. We have a tribal conservation corps that helps young individuals work in the outdoor space. We have 2 for-profit businesses, and we provide scholarships through our nonprofits as well. So we believe in continuing and giving back to the community. There are over 900 people in my tribe today. We come from villages that were enslaved in Mission San Fernando, just up in Sepulveda, in the present day of Mission Hills. When I say we come from this land, I do mean symbolically, don't mean symbolically, I do mean originate here. We started here. We have thousands of years of ancestry buried here. Our DNA are in these trees, these oak trees, where our ancestors pretty much lived and grew and expanded their villages. And yet, we're often forgotten. For me personally, my 1,000-year-old heritage comes from the down street. Generations and generations birth and bury at Situkanga, present day known as Encino. Today's a state park there, and if you visit it, it has my great-great-great-grandfather's name, Francisco Papa Bubaba. For decades, my dad would come to this campus and present the history of our tribe, and that's before it was called CSUN. So, long history here. And we will submit, and even to the fact we submit photos to the archives here at CSUN. He had advocated of education. In fact, in the 1970s, he wrote the federal document demanding the Indian education for children to be included in the curriculum. I'm honored to be standing here with his spirit today, and there is still more to come, to be done. Currently, we are working with your anthropology department to put to rest our ancient grandparents who are still in containers on this campus. We are hopeful that our continued work with CSUN will continue to flourish more beautifully collaborations, not only for the benefit of the Fernandino Tataviam students, but for all. I sincerely, and so, you can tell I didn't write this last piece here, so I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna do me. I go off script. Honestly, I want to speak the way I do it. I speak from my heart, and all of those words are from me. They're just crafted up. But I really want to thank President Beck, all of them here sitting behind me, who selected me to honor this degree. More importantly, my family and all of you. I'm really honored to be with you, graduates, who did the hard work and coming to campus. All I can say is break the barriers, continue on and striving to your dreams. Only you can stop yourself. So thank you again. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Ortega, Jr. Such an inspiration. I would now like to invite Dean Best to present the candidates for the doctoral degree.
Will all candidates for the doctorate please rise if you are able? President Beck, from the College of Health and Human Development, I am absolutely thrilled to present the candidates for Doctor of Audiology for 2023. These candidates constitute the first cohort to have completed the requirements for the doctoral degree as prescribed by the State of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended by the faculty of California State University, Northridge. Candidates, please continue standing as President Beck confers the doctoral degree upon you.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of California State University, Northridge, and by the authority vested in me by the California State Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Audiology. With all the rights, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, congratulations to our inaugural cohort. You may be seated. I would like to invite Provost Kamaraju to present the candidates for the master's degree.
President Beck, from the College of Humanities, the departments of Chicana and Chicano Studies, Diverse Community Development and Leadership, English, Humanities, Linguistics and Modern and Classical Languages and Literatures, and from the College of Health and Human Development, the Departments of Communication Disorders and Sciences, Family and Consumer Sciences, and Kinesiology are represented by the graduates at this ceremony. I ask that all graduates for the master's degrees please stand if you are able. President Beck, I have the honor of presenting to you the graduate class of 2023. These candidates have completed the requirements for the master's degree as prescribed by the State of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended by the faculty of California State University, Northridge. Candidates, please continue standing as President Beck confers the master's degree upon you.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty of California State University, Northridge, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts in Chicano and Chicana Studies, Master of Arts in Diverse Community Development and Leadership, Master of Arts in English, Master of Arts in Humanities, Master of Arts in Linguistics, Master of Arts in Spanish, Master of Arts in Teaching of English as a Second Language, Master of Science in Communicative Disorders, Master of Science in Family and Consumer Sciences, Master of Science in Human Nutrition, and Master of Science in Kinesiology. With all the rights, honors, and responsibilities pertaining to, congratulations, and you may be seated. I would now like to invite Dean Reeder and Dean Best back to present their candidates for the baccalaureate degree.
From the College of Humanities, the departments of Asian American Studies, Central American Studies, Chicana and Chicano Studies, English, Gender and Women's Studies, Jewish Studies, Interdisciplinary Studies and Liberal Studies, Linguistics, Modern and Classical Languages and Literatures, Philosophy, and Religious Studies are represented by the graduates at this ceremony.
And from the College of Health and Human Development, the departments are Communication Disorders and Sciences, Family and Consumer Sciences, and Kinesiology, are represented by the graduates at this ceremony. I ask that all candidates for the baccalaureate degree please rise if you are able and remain standing. President Beck, we have the honor of presenting to you the undergraduate class of 2023. These candidates have completed the requirements for the baccalaureate degree as prescribed by the State of California and the trustees of the California State University, and they have been recommended for their degrees by the faculty of California State University, Northridge.
Are you ready? Upon the recommendation of the faculty of California State University, Northridge, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Asian American Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Central American Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Chicano and Chicana Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Child and Adolescent Development, Bachelor of Arts in Communication Disorders, Bachelor of Arts in English, Bachelor of Arts in French, Bachelor of Arts in Gender and Women's Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Languages and Cultures, Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics, Bachelor of Arts in Modern Jewish Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Bachelor of Arts in Religious Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Spanish, and Bachelor of Science in Family and Bachelor of Science in Family and Consumer Sciences, and Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. With all the rights, honors, and opportunities pertaining thereto, congratulations, and you may be seated. It is now my distinct pleasure to welcome to the podium your Associated Students Vice President, Eden Shashua.
Good morning, graduates. I'm so excited to be congratulating you this morning. Having served as your Associated Students Vice President this past year has been an honor, and it's now my privilege to announce the moment that I think everyone has been waiting for. Crossing the stage and hearing your name read aloud to signify your accomplishment as a graduate of this incredible university. Are you all ready? Excellent, and thank you. I will now invite Dean Reeder to the podium to provide you all with guidance on how we'll be crossing the stage.
Members of the platform party and the department chairs will now offer congratulations to our degree recipients. I ask that the degree recipients please move to the platform as directed by the marshals. You will be directed to come forward as your name is read aloud while you cross the platform. Afterwards, please return to your seats as directed by commencement staff. We ask that guests please help by remaining in your seats so that we may proceed in an orderly manner. And we remind you that the aisles must be kept open and you're asked to stay in your seats until the end of the ceremony. And out of respect for our graduates and the safety of our guests, noisemakers are not permitted, and that's especially for the people in the couple rows in front and around you. And finally, in order to optimize the health and safety of our campus community, in lieu of handshakes and hugs, on the platform we'll be sharing jubilant fist bumps and dance moves. And one other thing I'd like to add. This event is the product of months and months of work by dozens and dozens of people, and we have hundreds of staff, volunteers, assistants working here today now, and I'd like to, the last thing I ask the graduates of the class of 2023 is to join me and join everyone here in a round of applause, thanking all those who are assisting with this marvelous event. Thank you. President back.
Ready? Now reading the names from the Department of Audiology.
Alejandra Ocampo. Tawny Wallace.
Cassandra Levy. Lizette Elvira Montes.
Dana Alconduck.
Jasmine Rodriguez. Jacqueline Rico Gonzalez. Now reading names from the Department of Communication Disorders. Yvette Shoemaker.
Brittany Sholkoff.
Chinatsu Takahashi.
Margaret Christina Hinojosa. Jasmine Mirdamati.
Brianna Cruz.
Sarah Shields.
Laura Drake Mancini. Maureen Larea.
Emily Bajorges.
Anna Nazarian.
Caitlin Shelton. Nayeli Rodriguez.
Vanessa Aguilera. Melissa Ahmed.
Sarai Ramirez. Raquel Salvatierra. Heidi Sasaki.
Catalina Duran.
Sarah Melbardas. Melissa Martin.
Kristen Lauren Bryden.
William Stevens.
Veronica McKelvey.
Anna Polito. Natalie Amanda Ravelli.
April Hollivers.
Suli Alcaraz.
Jenny Quintero. Kiara Jacqueline Purbill. Cheryl Scarlett Ramos.
Sarah Siddiqui.
Gladys Ramirez Perez.
Brianne Beeman.
Kira Gonzalez.
Sarah Choi.
Jason Jin. Natalie Abigail Ignacio.
Jillian Amber Manguling Vista. Nicole Ann Rivera Toison.
Bianca Hurst.
Hannah Oppenheimer. Joanne Marie Rulin. Erica E. Savala.
Christina Kennedy. Charlotte Navarez.
Radina Veliova. Natalie Valdez.
Sarah Kielbazinski.
Ruzan Dishoyan.
Katrina Mangin. Arpine Arpi Nagapetian.
Marina Jugarian.
Devin LaChance.
Brianne Michelle Silva.
Kylie Nicole Briones.
Adi Nubia Rios. Andrea Villaseñor.
Alejandra Barraza.
Marielle Villacastin. Marissa Santoyo.
Yareli Enriquez Pacheco. Erica Guerra.
Cassandra Isabella Ibarra.
Charatza Bianson. Marissa Cortez.
Wendy Raquel Ramirez Valdez.
Amanda DeCampos Swigert.
Caroline Padilla Ramirez. Amira Tariq.
Jessica Casillas. Kirk Blada. Christopher Berg.
Danielle Krivasek.
Melissa Lauren Sternshine. Melissa Rubio. Samantha Taylor Smith. Nairi Giselle Pineda. Jessica Sabido.
Ariana Hattar. Megan Gabrielle Jones.
Violetta Barcena.
Misty Netka.
Areli Berenice Zarco. Irina Orekova.
Mary Balagosian.
Ashley Marie Waters.
Michaela Manucheri.
Rita Adamian. Tamar Chavdarian.
Rachel Grupin.
Elizabeth Rodriguez. Ashley Melanie Rodriguez. Kayleen Van Wig.
Cameron Jenna Edwards. Trinity Bajes. Michelle Flores.
Cameo Harbaugh.
Alina Serpas.
Sarah Lukenbill.
Angelica Sanchez. Alexa Pino.
Araceli Macedo. Aletvia Garcia Juarez. Claudia Gavia.
Catherine Barrios.
Andrea Melody Serrano.
Jacqueline Gonzalez Ramirez.
Melissa Jara. Samantha Eileen Garcia.
Carson Durham.
Natalie Hollifield. Veronica Nava. Michelle Lopez.
Tatiana Funes Treminio.
Victoria Kushner.
Russell Alvarez.
Naira Perez. Mitzi Rodriguez. Dominique Rodriguez.
Brianna Emily Lozano.
Jessica Estrada. Tanya Contreras Arechiga.
Vanessa Mancia Ordonez.
Olivia Chung.
Veronice Robles.
Elaine Majuan. Eliza Iriami.
Jennifer Pitones.
Erica Jasmine Alberto.
Natalie Jimenez.
Rocio Soria Perez.
Natalie Jasmina Hernandez.
Esther Laura Oseguera.
Shenny Castillo.
Catherine Martinez Morales.
Sabrina Tona.
Guadalupe Calixtro. Diana Check El Jalat. Nancy Florencio.
Seneda Mesa. Elizabeth Lomelli.
Laura Irene Robles. Melissa Ruby.
Ariana Garcia.
Sydney Burgess.
Sean Gutierrez.
Lindsay Toby.
Malaya Irene Quintessa Jackson.
Miriam Salazar.
Montserrat Contreras. Kayla Rose Black. Jocelyn Carreño Hernandez.
Selena Rodriguez.
Mario Alexander Cabrera Munoz.
Abigail Hernandez.
Carolina Quesada.
Amy Marroquin. Crystal Lopez. Lisette Christine Gilberto Escalante. Luz Lopez Cibrian. Brittany Luna.
Jasmine Sadian.
Reniel Garcia.
Aubrey Fawn Flynn.
Samantha Tostado.
Tamara Arabova.
Jessica Ursing. Daniela Viola.
Jaime Elanese. Taylor Ash. Crystal Bowen.
Now reading names from the Department of Family and Consumer Sciences.
Ciara Brown.
Glenda Miranda. Brittany Rochelle Mendez. Catherine Lee.
Erica Cardenas.
Miranda Marie Eisman.
Carlos Alanese.
Fernando Gonzalez.
Melissa Susan Renteria.
Natalia M. Arambola.
Ashley Stacy Lemos Manalo.
Monica Padilla Vega. Anna Maria Parra.
Ching Gao.
Lauren Walker. Jerry Vasquez. Jordan Christina Salazar. Kitichai Tumbut. Hortensia Yak Henriquez. Noel Tarpinian.
Brianna Milara.
Crystal Quintero.
Simran Burgi. Lainey Della Torre.
Mirna Rodriguez.
Nia Michaela Boyd.
Jace Miller.
Alan Osmanagic.
Ashley Marie Ortega Gallion.
Erica Andrews. Soraya Antoon.
Noelle Lawson.
Jessica Cabot. Rebecca Colo.
Araceli Ciordia. Beatriz Abigail Vidaure. Melissa Pineda. Nicholas Enrique Perez.
Gladys Mateo. Emily Kainat Nasser.
Diane Melissa Ahiatas.
Jose Manuel Hernandez.
Emily Elizabeth Ordonez. Austin Daniel Quintanilla.
Dario Ibarra.
Christian Benjamin. Ash Como.
Allie Jones.
Olivia Von Cella.
Malachi Stickler. Renz Roland Young Ramirez.
Erica Emily Valverde Quintero.
James Silva Jr. Caitlin Polifka.
Donovan Loomis. Natalia Murillo.
Areli Talavera. Pablo Josue Pelaez.
Gabriel Macinas.
Karen Priscilla Torres Gonzalez.
Jessica Barajas.
Azucena Medina. Rebecca Green.
Hannah Wallach.
Ivana Natalia Menjivar. Melissa Nibel. Megan Haas.
Mary Susan Withrow.
Debbie Denny.
Ka Seng Yao. Alexandra Class.
Eric Talavera.
Daisy Espinoza.
Elisa Gutierrez.
Isabella Barker.
Alyssa Valles.
Isabel Chen Sedman.
Katrina Santiago. Sheena Williams.
Cyril Mirasol.
Alexandra Valentina Duza.
Catherine Velasquez.
Ani Garapetyan.
Nanel Agajani.
Adrian Rubalcava.
Estefania de los Santos.
Rebecca Navone.
Sean Ong. Ariella Darden.
Jury Nicole Jackson. Kaylee McGee. Jennifer Martinez. Jessica Martinez.
Nicole De Leon.
Alyssa Mon Antonio. Melody Rahil Kanjian.
Dariana Salinas Garcia.
Juliana Carpintero.
Leslie Nolasco. Pamela Annette Mendez.
Aaron Shee. Edgar Urrutia Cornejo. Christian Torres Betancourt. Kat Tatarenkov.
Maria Hidalgo Castaneda.
Jaden Thomas.
Kelly Landsman.
Isabella Louise de la Cruz Santa Ana. Robert Jacob Reese. Kenneth Armand Oz.
Goldis Agashahi.
Lucina Hachadurian.
Homera H. Hejaz.
Lana Aslo.
Kayla Soleimani. Kaylee Ortega.
Arlette Lugo. Joseph Gastine.
Ziana Tillman Benton.
Abril Barbosa.
Jianhua Li.
Diana Alanis.
Sharn Lee Olkers.
Danielle Mascaro.
Rayanne Carbonilla.
Erica Melgoza. Abel Hernandez Ortiz.
Sabrina Alyssa Torres. Amairani Sanchez.
Veronica Giselle Hernandez. Jasmine Martinez.
Sigifredo Uriarte Garcia Jr.
Lucero Aguilar. Maria Diaz Avila. Abigail Christensen.
Now reading names from the Department of Kinesiology.
Amanda Nicole Dubin.
Belle Pearl Ponce de Leon. McKenna Savola.
Rabani Nisa.
Alyssa Corinne Lee.
Tyler Marie Cerna.
Stephen Fitzpatrick.
Jonathan Gonzalez. Flavio Jesus Landeros.
Kiana Sullivan. Jenny Vo.
Gino Ahir.
Vincent Ragini.
Garland Gibbs Jr.
Gabrielle Marie Malcolm.
Arlene Flores.
Jovanti Warren.
Maylee Martinez.
Dominic Smith.
Lisbeth Flores Mejia.
Michelle Ng.
Athena Agazarian.
Jasmine Palayo Nahar. Stephanie Solis.
Summer Al-Shober.
Valeria Ferreira Gonzalez.
Angela Carrillo. Shabir Ahmed Fauzi.
Christina Jananian.
Nicholas Fonseca.
Shirley Diana Gonzalez.
Shane Flores.
Joshua Peregrino.
Kenneth Kim.
Tatum Lee Tanner.
Sophia Bolognesi.
Emily Judith Moran, Mariam Hajilu, Farhana Kalam, Tiffany Lariva,
Kayla Amaya Danner, Marzan Rapinote Abala,
Chuck Ortez,
Serge Manasian,
Sylvia Jugarian, Nicholas Arumbalo,
Corina Andrea Paz, Xochitl Karime Perez,
Guillermo Ochoa,
Eduardo Avila Correa,
Jared Stevens,
Kevin Antemio Cervantes,
Christopher Rodriguez,
Song Jong Hong,
Julio Mejia,
Ryan Aguilar, Valeria Calles, Stephen Hunter Barrera Orozco, Joshua Rufino Camaclang,
Jose Prado, Diana Vela,
Angela Gignayan, Elise Barrios,
Xavier Aaron Velasquez,
Christian Artiga,
Gevork Sarkisian, Haik Stambulyan, Yuri Sahakian, Alexander Terminasian,
Lamont Freeman,
Chelsea Marie Santos,
Jacqueline Ariola,
Preston Mua,
Jasmine Saya, Emma Fleming,
Callie Jocelyn Selders, Isabella Palafox,
Monique Moengangi, Daniela Gonzalez,
Larry Biacusi,
Alexis Urquia,
Lucas Coriel,
Yehu Lee, Vaheg Mard, Jocelyn Lattis,
David Dominic Tamariz, Michaela Catherine Sorensen,
Mark Emmanuel Advincula, Daniel Iso,
Venus Venegas,
Mark Martinez,
Catherine Shegolevskaya,
Matthew Brito, Stephen Duran,
Zulfikar Altaf Miraj,
Miranda Aliyah Aguirre Chavez,
Andrew Sun,
Neil Anino,
Christian Parks, Christian Jael de Leon Vasquez,
Kayla Huynh, Shauna Kasabab,
Justin Del Rosario,
Christian Guevara,
Viviani Delgado,
Celia Sanabria Barrera,
Borna Goldberg, Milad Merchu, Kaylin Montenegro,
Melody Selena Castillo, Kaylee Amber Brown,
Shania Raza,
Gerardo Ariano Franco,
Randy Linares,
Austin Anthony Obregon,
Anthony Garcia,
Mark Fernandez,
Devin Teams,
Marcus Moreno, Kenny Woojin Kim, Wonjun Im, Lori Arax Kurzasoyan, Melody Hass,
Kelvin Platez,
Isaac Pablo Mota, Ellie Helfand,
Armando Salinas,
Varujan Bilbulian,
Daron Kozian,
Alec Bolian,
Natalia Pineda,
Omar Mitra Perez,
Isaiah Flores, Jordan Coleman,
Armani Hughes, Derek Lewis, Sophia Grant,
Michael Arrington, Ethan Benham, Marvin Alexander Arias,
Karina Tashjian, Anna Termakerchian, Christian Ponce, Anthony Valles, Emelyn Trujillo,
Katya Collegian, Madison Page Marquez, Bryn Kirksey, Naira Marutian,
Rita Talar Badrosian,
Andrea Tarabian,
Eric Bugarin,
Zachary Gardner, Sirith Kang,
Roxana Rosas, Alondra Ochoa,
Sadie Alcala,
Zi Young Andrew Ling,
Luis Randy Reyes,
Amanda De Hoya,
Hardel Tagarino Guillermo,
Eliza Kawili,
Ruby Tafoya Zeladon,
Madigan McClure, Jimena Abigail Gonzalez Flores,
Emma Grace Stratton,
Guillermo Fragoso Jr.,
Mario Organista, Janie Varela Rodriguez,
Kyle Dang,
Anna Patricia Melchor,
Jaime Alberto Rios Castro, Isabel Ochaeda,
Nelson Eduardo Alvarez,
Joey Lucia,
Anthony Rahim Jalal,
Tatiana Alexanian,
Patty Pan Limpra Wong,
Matthew Barraza, Alec Froning,
Arnold Renario,
Gabrielle Lamar, Carmen Garcia, Neil Jeffrey Messina,
Alejandro Chavez, Lauren Nicole Darley,
Felix Simon Anasho Ignacio,
Talene Bacalian,
Michelle Peisman, Daniel Park,
Hamza Hashmi,
Joseph Torres,
Dominic Babayova, Elizabeth Rosario Campagna,
Corey Marino, Jennifer Marie Herrera, Luis Gonzalez,
Alessandro Solano, Jaime Perez Sanchez, Jacob Palmares, Alondra Valencia,
Ariana Becerra,
David Jimenez, Fernando Gonzalez,
Gwendolyn Retzinger,
Jose Diaz, Alec Badikian,
Kristen Lynn Lopez Cardona,
Summer Marie Diaz,
Rodolfo Lua Perez, Nolan Kennedy,
Janelle Escano Arseno,
Helena Polpantu,
Alexandra Lovell Aussie,
Susan Murphy Guthier,
Lila Esperanza Sherrod,
Myrna Rauf Abadir, Ian Patrick P. Cruz,
Ayana Ruiz, Andrew Ramirez Sanchez,
Brian Ernesto Casillas Rios,
Karina Plata, Cassandra Sapien, McKenna Starkey, Desiree Cassandra Tevez, Diego Ramirez,
Gabrielle Alexis Contreras, Anaya Adams, Justin Agluba,
Justin Shapiro,
Joji Maldonado,
Christopher Dial, John Benedict Blanco Adriatico,
Austin Marks,
Grace M. Suchite,
Justin Simmons,
Tyler Rohr, Leo Zarukian, Monvel Ter Stepanyan, Jordan Olison,
Jillian Nicole Mejia,
Cameron Dunn,
Randy Quezada, Christopher Wong, Darian Stovall,
Joshua James Mariano,
Ruben Velasquez Zapata,
Angelo Miguel Lau Gonzalez,
Alexander Abilio Rodriguez,
Robert Lane, Elizabeth Gannon,
Kiara Simone Todd, Oleni Tofayono Malapai, Emily Joy Solares, Aaron Eli Sandoval,
Kimberly Nguyen, Haley Jones,
Maria Ione Sky Rivera,
Thomas Wynn, Irving Galloso,
Honorado J.J. Lopez de Guzman, Joshua Bagorin, Andrew Edson, Shakur Foster,
Angel Mota,
Alexander Delira, Brandon Bachun,
Demi Anaya Johnson,
Elijah Dion Dillard, Beatrice Avila,
Cindy Michelle Vasquez,
Fernando Fabian Arajo,
Christian Solis,
Eliana Ibarra,
Chung Soo Park,
Shant Minassian,
Joao Ascanio Alfonso,
Nicole Safransky,
Brenda Lizaola Cruz, Eduvina Veronice Godinez, Yvette Sarai Lopez, Kate Hasso,
Marissa Amber Andrade,
Nancy Mendez, Emily Lorena Galindo Cante,
Elizur Flores,
Ronicorn Corntum,
Rolando Chan Tagual,
Michael Sandoval,
Adolfo Mendez Jr., David Hernandez,
Dylan Radke,
Alexis Grace Hayward,
Giselle Denise Flores,
Julianne Rose Luna,
JL Kaidek Escaño, Sabrina Betancourt,
Tiffany Rodriguez,
Sebastian Lopez,
Cedric Abad,
Philip Suzakutek, Mario Rodriguez,
Joanna Cruz,
Rendell McClendon,
Brad Yarrow, Justin Thomas Pereno,
Ian Manis,
Sirach Arzumanyan, Jose Avaria, Derek Arami,
Anthony Alonso Mendeville,
Jessica Arredondo,
Eric Martinez,
Joshua Figueroa,
Alexander Olarte,
Kyle Christopher Fisher,
Gabriel Rios,
Angel Miranda,
Adrian Tapia Arenas, Luis Fernando Damian Moran,
Alejandro Mena Ruiz, Arine Isagolian,
Shoshana Stepanyan,
Micah Kanashiro,
Michael Valdez,
Mark Anthony Caporal,
Jesus Rangel,
Nathan Kayani Rod,
Kunal Dogra,
Brandon Valencia Torres,
Sergio D. Linares,
Brian Rodriguez, Casey Sarai Cernas Lopez,
Shamusa Nankinga,
Emmanuel Navarro,
Riley Stanford.
Luke Krismarzik.
Brandon Joseph Angeles. Jacob Calderon.
Rayford Grock. Miriam Juarez. Yvonne Hernandez.
Christopher Daniel Cermeño.
David Guzman. Daniel Gonzalez Gonzalez.
Carlos Scott Roca. Marie Antoinette Sheehan. Arlene Perez.
Siobhan Charles.
Cheyenne Newell. Emily Vanessa Gonzalez. Jasmine Harrington.
Eden Dizon.
Kimberly Torres.
Fatima Alias.
Ildanai Garcia.
Jennifer Ramos.
Jose J. Nava.
Jesus Venegas Vasquez.
Brandon Mata Estrada.
Daphne Cristina Renaga.
Kimberly Chapnick.
Paulina Glaviano.
Cyrus Vuong. Sydney Scipio Smith. Claudia Melissa Romero Guerra.
Catarina Gabrielle Garcia. Amanda Lee. Richard Hernandez III.
Jacob Toledo.
Marlon Atun Rojas. Erin Aglesia Davis.
Rosendo Garcia.
Brianna Leah Balthazar. Arturo Dominguez. Enrique Dominguez. Randy Aguilar Mendoza. David Aldana Rano.
Brian Quarles.
Christian Karaguzian.
Alan Sorlis Yagub.
Alan Carrera. Todd Fox.
Arthur Pacheco.
Matthew Yusri Habib.
Jessica Sandoval.
Vazken Hazor.
Angel Zumaya Puente.
Ethan Edward Caraballo.
Aislinn Sevilla.
David Jimenez.
Grant James Taylor. Tad Song.
Araceli Melendez.
Kalena Cienfuegos.
Erica Jane Gonzalez.
Wendy Rodriguez Arevalo.
Raekwon Clark.
Lauren Staple. Natalie Rose Vasquez.
Carla Gonzalez Echeverria.
Jenny Araceli Camacho. Melissa Alvarez. Enrique Ayala.
Now reading names from the Department of English. Joshua Rideau.
Balinder Jamu.
Laura Ortega.
Edwin Aguilar.
Valerie Quiroga.
Rebecca Bermudez. Philip Kerrigan.
Sarah Gay.
Ashley Quimby.
Adam Carl Gilson. Vicky Jensen.
Katie Papa.
Rachel Hood.
Megan Wilson. Varian Ruth Wilson.
Lucas Keeling. Itzel Lopez Macias.
Damian Fernando Sanz. Maya Riles.
Kevin Martinez.
Jonathan Ornelas.
Paulina H. Engibegian. Owen Cost.
Cassandra Wilson, Sophia Sands, Valerie Villanueva,
Vanessa Gardea, Viridiana Martinez Ordaz,
Jordan Marcio Franco, Jade Edwards, Jessica Aravatilian,
Savannah Minassian,
Ligia Vilches, Milagros Zuniga Diego,
Sophia Huda,
Paula Soto,
Cassandra Tran Nui,
Morgan Thornbury,
Alexis Howell, Adrine Garibian,
Zoe Berlin Enriquez,
Natalie Mira,
Emily Brickus,
Alex Lopez, Emilio Maurice, Natalie Janes, Isabella Marie Nessel,
Tatiana Abishan,
Jeremy Gonzalez, Ian Cohn,
Hannah Bender, Skylar Carter,
Johan Marino,
Corina Cardena, Adriana Alonso,
Carly Kate Posada,
Antonio Gonzalez, Eduardo Garcia, Jamie Abounza,
Jasmine Cortez,
Deja Legato, Jennifer Gonzalez, Isabel Garcia,
Hannah Nicole Rodriguez,
Catherine Beltatone,
Elizabeth Urrutia,
Michaela Davis,
Tiana Hovsepians,
Gianna Demerchian,
Bianca Loren Ruiz,
Brian Arevalo,
Stephanie Vasquez,
David Andoni Lopez, Edwin Lopez, Kimberly Regina Mendoza, Daniela Hernandez,
Jennifer Aneli Sanchez Morales,
Sheridan Collins, Sarah Frazen, Azalea Andrade, Jade Carbon,
Isabel Juarez, Paulette Meza Saldivar,
Laura Baluz,
Lisel Lumbrano,
Alberto Chavez, Jordan Barrios,
Miguel Angel Lima, Colby Michaels,
Roxana Marie Cardiel,
Alyssa Ringgold, Jacqueline Diaz Wooding,
Ava Crawford, Aaliyah Castro,
Randolph Kurt Harold Gill II, Stephen Guzman Zamora,
Alex Fisher,
Ryan Okabayashi,
Jack Fisher,
Kelsey Claire Hutchison,
Emily Story,
Leah Laughlin,
Sydney Abdelmessi,
Jordan Manning, Ashley Kate Medina,
Rocio Vergara,
Emily Sofia Escalante Areola, Jennifer Alarcon, Justina Marie Alston, Kirk Richard Comperada Delar,
Catherine Gonzalez,
Frank Simonian.
Jamie Camarena.
Ingrid Linares. Austin Kim.
Cassandra Monique Viella. Karina Yvette Rosa. Giselle Romero. Siraj Ranchad.
Yasmin Cunavard.
Andy Aquino Barrios.
Ashley Villalobos Pedroza. Brianna Perez.
Beyonce Nino.
Michelle Ansari. Emily Alvarez. Rabi Amir Al-Mahdi. Christopher Cotton.
David Nguyen.
John Christie. Sage Corning.
Joshua Bo Robinson. Joshua Sanchez.
Christopher Lambert. Maya Luke.
Megan De Leon.
Evan T. Johnson. Trisha Loren Lopez. Nala Malumfashi.
Lauren Pimentel. Sergio Quiroz Jr.
Blake Ariana Hansen.
Renzo Javier Zepeda Cuba. Now reading names from the Department of Liberal Studies. Daniel Schneider. Maria Trujillo.
Jennifer Leal.
Jasmine Rincon Rosales.
Miriam Galvin Chavez.
Erica Jerez. Michelle Isabel Herrera. Katia Licia Olvera. Luis Mario Marcial Chavira.
Noemi Ek-Chan. Natalia Jimena Bor Zambrano.
Kaylin Danielle Munoz. Beverly Linderman.
Andrew Weston. Martangelica Daniela Salazar. Rachel Marie Valienci.
Miriam Del Carmen Cervantes.
Vanessa Marie Hernandez.
Leanne Marie Chapman.
Lainey Myra Yanez.
Mari Carmen Hernandez.
Kim Mijael Rodriguez Reyes. Aaron Platts.
Sabina Martinez. Maria del Socorro Mateos.
Kimberly Alcaraz. Stacy Adono Meza.
Angela Gonzalez.
Deshaun Eikens.
Tiffany Arguello.
Abigail Yedra. Skylara Peterson.
Abed Herrera.
Daisy Perez.
Carla Vanessa Chirino.
Julissa Marie Tonsil.
Maria Villatoro.
Karen Ruby Cruz Castro. Javier Bermudez. Monique Isabel Alcala. Stephanie Wenda Brown.
Carmelo Joel Herrera.
Laura Fina Mackenzie Fa'amafi. Maria Luisa Flores. Robert Chua.
Magdalena Simonini.
Erika Lizette Casillas Garcia.
Anais Luisa Ochoa.
Claudia V. Monterosa. Joanna Hernandez Estrada.
Diana Rubio Medina.
Celeste Jessica Limos.
Daisy Octaviano Samorano.
Elizabeth Escobar.
Kenneth Garcia.
Jacqueline Valenzuela. Alejandro Rodriguez.
Madison Caitlin Holland.
Sierra Bayham.
Vivian Atsidi Trejo. Kayla Elizabeth Ordis.
Megan Macias. Cassie Sandra Hatter.
Sandra Rodriguez Arcos.
Joseph Galvin. Brenda Natalie Jimenez.
Jira Andrea Toleco.
Michelle Dedios.
Juliana Salazar.
Samantha Alarcon. Alexis Natalie Chavarin. Viviana Cervantes.
Leslie Odette Sevilla.
Natalie D'Souza. Jaslyn Amuna. Rocio R. Cordova. Mariam Demerchian.
Cristal Rafaela.
Saula Estefany Estevez.
Jasmine Liliana Ramirez.
Tomas Caceres.
Kevin Kingcome.
Jasmine Velasco.
Denise Desiree Flores.
Angela Hargrove.
Caitlin Bellew.
Kelsey Valdez.
Cassandra Hernandez.
Daisy Portillo.
Elizabeth Hernandez. Jenna Lee.
Adrian Barajas.
Cesar Marquez. Cassandra Lapp.
Alondra Sarai Santiago Cervantes.
Alondra Guzman Quinones. Natalie Garcia.
Daisy De Leon Hiran.
Natalie Garcia.
Tiffany Liberal.
Jasmine Starr Smith.
Jasmine Gonzalez.
Ashley Elizabeth Areola Brown.
Nazrin Islam. Ani Hakobian.
Adrian Sandoval. Roxana Paz. Jolie Margaret Sylvester.
Abigail Garcia.
Stephanie Maylee Ramos Altamirano.
Stephanie Aguilar.
Alexandra Smiley.
Mia Deitch.
Paola Yvette Hernandez. Anna Malay.
McKenna Ray.
Samantha Avendano.
Alexa Lizano.
Robbie Pacheco. Jennifer Zamora.
Angel Lopez.
Jonathan Zepeda.
Alyssa McLeod.
Eric Michael Diaz.
Stacy Rodriguez.
Heather Noel Capper.
Carson Michelle Coles.
Jacqueline Pineda Alvarez.
Jacqueline Beatrice Lemus.
Isabella Sherrick.
Heidi Joanna Gutierrez Aquino. Sydney Emelina Higginson. Priscilla Karen Mendez. Lorena Ignacio. Dalia Garcia.
Jaylene Vasquez. Alejandro Zamora Medina.
Amanda Kersey. Miguel Angel Marquez.
Gamaliel Zavalza Martinez.
Matthew Little.
Jasmine Lorena Villanueva.
Crystal Flores. Wendy Cabrera.
Andres Ignacio Gonzalez.
Jose Prieto.
Angela Christopher.
Patricia Zambrano.
Caitlin Hale. Samantha Herrera Gallardo. Katia Hoya. Stephanie Nguyen.
Sophie Anam. Elise Ely.
Ariel Plasencia. Allison Tarico.
Lisette Jimenez. Giselle Gallardo.
Stephanie Barrera.
Vanessa Hernandez.
Christina Sevdalian.
Rocio Flores.
Catherine Yamilet Hernandez.
Adriana Avalos. Nayeli Del Rio.
Guadalupe Luna.
Adilene Roque.
Xochitl Yasmira Medina Gomez.
Jacqueline Umi Bermas Crisol. Mika Iceland Salak Cristobal.
Leslie Landeros. Margarita Malagon.
Kayla Sanchez.
Amy Leticia Aguilar.
Valerie Ravelis.
Michaela McFarlane. Megan Kalajian.
Nayeli Tapia.
Jacqueline Gama Rivas.
Zulema Maria Passmont.
Melanie Solis.
Annalise Gutierrez. Catherine Iraeta Mendoza.
Genesis Santos.
Hendrik Matthew Ginto.
Cassandra Barragon.
Valerie Alicia Mata. Whitney Harkin Parente. Juan Carlos Mendoza. Norma Gonzalez.
Paula Andrea Fonseca. Leslie Caballero.
Jillian Kaplan.
Alondra Solchaga Pacheco.
Diana Mendez. Kimberly Yvette Martinez.
Ruby Noemi Dionisio.
Jesus Ramiro Martinez Aguilar.
Melissa Perez.
Diana Alexandra Blanco.
Yesenia Luna.
Yesenia Segovia Martinez.
Aaron Silverstein. Natalie Villegas Ramirez. Brenda Abigail Martinez Ramirez.
Elena Zalakian.
Maya Abacassis.
Rocio Solorio.
Uriel Mondragon.
Olivia Cade.
Nicole Contreras.
Chinelle Maylin Jones.
Now reading names from the Department of Asian American Studies.
Carlo Nilo.
Tina Rasamiketisak.
Naput Monarit.
Jumel Datun Sulabo. Now reading names from the Department of Chicana and Chicano Studies.
Talia Fernandez.
Tiffany Amber Love Lopez.
Adrian Flores Mejia. Elora Caprice Alvarez.
Jasmine Rosales.
Lily Gonzalez.
Angela Juliana Ponce. Brianna Michelle Perez.
Veronica Deyanira Bermudez.
Jasenia Hernandez.
Milen Coronado. Melissa Alvarez.
Stephanie Gonzalez.
Claudia Vasquez.
Joshua Figueroa,
Evelyn Jeanette Hernandez. Alejandra Lopez.
Samantha Ione,
Jasmine G. Ochoa. Brian Sanchez.
Patricia del Transito Hernandez.
Marina Fernandez,
Elizabeth Olivares. Nicole Rodriguez. Emily E. Rivera Murillo.
Irving Armando Cruz,
Jareli Valdez. Jocelyn Vargas Garavito. Adrian Ramirez.
Shiadani Matadamas Velasco.
Lorena Denise Villanueva.
Hillary Bremner, Rene Arana, Naibe Areola,
Alejandra Jimenez Gonzalez. Karina Jimenez. Savannah Garcia Araniva. Shantae Gutierrez.
Mary de Los Angeles Pineda.
Kenya Martinez Blanco.
Now reading names from the Department of Central American and Transborder Studies.
Vanessa Alcantar, Natalie Castillo,
Now reading names from the Department of Gender and Women's Studies. Martha Yesenia Rios. Liza Marie Silva. Christina E. Ponce. Cynthia Olmos. Diana Rodriguez. Crystal Paniawa. Caitlin Theobald Cullen. Gianna Supa.
Abigail King. Angelica Galvez. Amandeep Kaur.
Hannah Harris.
Giselle Paola Bonilla,
Alexa Jasmine Mariscal.
Fabiola Martin.
Jerome Chappelle,
Carlos Saul Sikal.
Ashley Early, Suzanne Cole,
Isaiah Sage. Eileen Michelle Verdugo. Renee Pittman.
Seda Gregorian.
Now reading names from the Department of Humanities. Shaheen Sarkeshik.
Shanae Monique Davis,
Megan Alexandria Henderson. Lisa V. Guardado Lopez. Xavier Mugpunty Mariano.
Anna L. Esqueda Martin,
Grisel Manzano.
Eva Michelle Flores,
Silas Ezra Klein.
Jacob Baldwin,
Aniko Guba.
Nathaniel Thomas Johannes Blonsky,
Ernesto Torres.
Jennifer Garcia Alvarez.
Arlene Osoy. Andrea Gabrielle Zuniga.
Simone Julia Mori.
Doña Bagarzada Tabrizi, Ruby Castaneda Carrillo,
Gabriela Romo Hernandez. Chloe Roldan.
Jennifer Martinez.
Lucero Sarai Anaya,
Tyrone Power.
Joanna Sarai Perez.
Thomas Matthew Dillon,
Norma Alexandra Castro Moreno. Rosemary Giron. Argelia Miranda.
Fidel Consuelo Jimenez,
Priscilla Gonzalez.
Jacqueline Vargas Mata.
Daniela Hernandez. Adrian Gutierrez.
Malia Claire Miyoko Bishop,
Sebastian Pineda.
Isabel Castro,
Yolanda Rodriguez Landeros. Pablo Alexis Perez.
Rosa Hernandez.
Claudia Ferrufino, Myra Victoria Duran. Kimberly Arredondo.
Aramina Nava.
Xochitl Glafira Salinas.
Nayeli Eileen Garzon.
Melanie Ramirez.
Teldis Marquez.
Maybelline Linares. Silvia Gonzalez.
Stephanie Torres Agustin. Daira Ortiz Alfaro.
Guillermo Hidalgo.
Miguel Ernesto Alfaro.
Eric Lemus.
Ramon Duran.
Nalali Carrillo.
Julissa Salgado.
Alan Flores.
Jessica Perez.
Catherine Elizabeth Martinez Galvez.
Kimberly Romero. Flor Sanchez.
Camila Renee Hernandez.
Jade Ramos.
Rosalinda Horta de Cancino. Samantha Ocampo. Jorge Luis Valles.
Irene Dia. Valeria Corona Hurtado.
Malcolm X. Thomas.
Elizabeth Marie Ordonez.
Ana Laura Alvarado Rosales.
Now reading names from the Department of Philosophy.
Osman Menendez.
Samil Siddiqui. Jacob Ripley.
Annabelle McVeigh.
Eric Brian Torres.
Julio Melgar Ayala.
Matias Ruben Corrado.
Cicely Munoz. Riley Jonathan Godinez. Jono Kachatrian. Edward Gazarian.
Now reading names from the Department of Religious Studies. Brian Seymour.
Amin Mackenvind.
Dixie Ava Almendra. Jerry Barber.
Cameron Kenny.
Troy Pagio Espera.
Joey Ann Abergas Pangilinan.
Tiffany Hockenhall. Sanjiva Koman Godage.
Julie Raquel Camacho.
Vasti Mezquita.
Jenny Skilleran. Rita Ann D'Souza Smith. Maria Elena Vallarta Ortega.
Christy Castellon.
Christina McQuillan.
Wendy Yanira Renteria.
Jamarico Bowie. Adriana Sarai Chaparro.
Mavis Narquar Tekpeti.
Alana Robinson.
Blake Shriver. Nakisha L. Thompson.
Jose Martinez Lara.
William Ruiz. Alejandro Segura.
Anthony Conley.
Deontay Jameril Gray.
Our final student, Jose Hernandez.
Kind of fun. What do you think? Thank you. Okay, finding my place in the script. Are you ready for the next part? Okay, most excellent. So graduates, Stephanie Huber from the class of 2008 will now officially welcome you to the Alumni Association of California State University, Northridge.
Welcome, Matadors, to the CSUN Alumni Association. You have now joined more than 400,000 CSUN graduates, all of whom are ready to lend a hand as you take the next step towards your dreams. As you complete your CSUN journey, you should be proud of your accomplishments. We are certainly proud of all of you. And you're just getting started. Your horizon shines with possibilities, and the world needs the gifts you have to share. As you step forward into your future, reach out to your fellow Matador alumni. We are ready and willing to help guide you as you navigate your post-graduation journey. And in turn, we invite you to stay forever connected to the university and the Alumni Association. Remember, once a Matador, always a Matador. Congratulations and welcome to your CSUN alumni family.
Thank you, Stephanie. All right, and now is the time I think you've been waiting for. I ask that all baccalaureate degree recipients, would you please rise if you are able? In academic tradition, the student who has not yet earned a degree wears the tassel to the right of the mortarboard. When the degree is conferred, the scholar moves the tassel to the left and joins the company of highly educated individuals. In recognition of your new status, would all recipients of the baccalaureate degree please move your tassel to the left? Friends, family, colleagues, and community members, with a click of my ruby red chucks, it is my great honor to present to you the class of 2023. To officially close this ceremony, I ask that faculty, staff, and CSUN alumni rise if you are able for our university alma mater, Hail to the Matadors, under the musical direction of Professor Tina Raymond and the Jazz A Band performed by Melissa Lai. You can find the words if you're in your program if you don't already know them by heart. Once the alma mater has concluded, we ask that you please remain in your seats and allow the faculty to recess. It is the way that we express our tremendous gratitude for their expertise and support of our students. It has been a wonderful celebration with all of you. Congratulations, and remember, once a Matador, always a Matador. Well done.